What's up, ladies
Oh,
and
hey,
gentlemen?
Big Zam.
It's everything you want. It's nothing you need.
Yes.
Coming to you live from a state that we all know, a state we all live in,
The state of denial.
a state of depression.
Oh, yeah, that too.
But,
State of anxiety.
regardless of the state you live in, we're glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here.
The state
I
of
think.
hostile, something.
State of emergency.
State of emergency.
State of well-being. Is that a state?
Can be.
State of peace.
The state of the end of the world.
Anyway, it was a big week
Was it?
for video games.
Was it?
If you've heard of those things before, if you've played them.
I don't know.
There was a little tiny little thing called a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, they didn't show off anything.
Not a thing.
Yeah, no, nothing.
It was 40 minutes of Miyamoto laughing at us, and for some reason there was a picture of Chris Pratt.
Yeah, he was like Chris Pratt, Jack Black.
Yeah, he kept naming actors. I don't know why he did that.
I
I don't think it was for anything.
No, I think he's just listing off his favorite actors.
Yeah.
You know, Kojima does that sometimes on Twitter.
I think that's what Miyamoto meant to do. I think he was just naming actors he liked.
I think he's gonna be making a new video game that's gonna have these movie actors in
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
He's following in the footsteps of Hideo Kojima,
Yeah.
the guy that made Mario.
Yes.
Hideo Kojima,
Yeah.
the father of video games.
Indeed.
Hideo Kojima, the man that created Pong.
Though
Hideo Kojima.
Pong was a Hideo Kojima game.
Yes.
Interesting.
Video games is a Hideo Kojima game. Life, as we know it, is really just a Hideo Kojima game.
That's deep. But yes, the Super Mario Brothers movie, which we still don't have a title for. We don't know the actual title. We just know it's coming holiday 2022, December 21st,
Of next year.
2022 of next year. That is 2022,
And
yes.
Chris Pratt is the voice of Mario.
Chris Pratt.
And Charlie Day is Luigi.
And let us remind you, this is a fully animated film. This is not
And Seth Rogen
Live
will
action.
be Donkey Kong.
and Jack Black is Bowser.
Is Bowser.
And Anya Taylor-Joy, who I am not familiar with myself,
She is the Queen's Gambit.
she looks just like Peach, and she's playing Peach.
And
So,
Keegan-Michael Key
is
will be Toad.
And,
Because when you think Toad, you think Keegan-Michael Key.
and if right now you're going, nah, this is a bit, you're making this up. It's not a bit. We're not making this up. It is the actual factual
Well, no,
evidence.
everyone's heard the news already.
I would think so.
Everyone knows the entire
I had a friend today.
Miyamoto went Chris Pratt as Mario, and then just left, and the internet went, "What?"
I had a friend today. He was like, "You religiously shill for Nintendo. Explain this." And he sent me like the photo of all the cast, and I was like, "I cannot explain it, and neither can anyone else." And if you want to make it extra confusing, Charles Martinet, the person who has been the voice of Mario, Luigi, Wario, Waluigi,
All of them.
all of them, voiced Mario specifically for the past 25 years, is in the movie
Yes.
doing quote-unquote cameos.
I mean,
I'm assuming he'll be voicing other side characters, maybe Wario.
maybe he didn't want to voice like Mario for an entire movie length.
But there is an article out there. Someone pulled up an article a couple years back where it was like Charles Martinet would love to voice.
Well, maybe
Mario
now,
in-
though, because he's getting older, it's probably getting harder to do.
Well, and something that I think people make a good point on is, yes, Charles Martinet has been the exclusive voice of Mario, but Mario does not speak. He does small sound bites. He
Yeah.
doesn't do long, drawn-out dialogue
It could be a
conversation.
bit harder.
I think it would be harder.
It'd be more strenuous on him.
Well, not only that, but listening to... I think Mario's voice works as sound bites. I don't think people want to sit there for 2 hours and hear the exaggerated Italian stereotype, you know.
And now
So I
you
don't
got
know.
also you have people complaining Chris Pratt's not even Italian. But here's the thing, neither is Mario.
Mario is Italian.
No, he's not.
He's an Italian plumber from Brooklyn. He is Italian.
But didn't they change that like years ago? It's like
No.
he's from the Mushroom Kingdom now. Like
No, he's
Miyamoto
still...
was like, no, he's not Italian.
He's still Italian. He is Italian.
Okay.
He's
well,
always been Italian.
He's also a fictional character.
He is a fictional character. I kind of do get though what people were saying is like, why not have an actual Italian American voice the Italian guy? And I can kind of see that, but also at the end of the day, it's Hollywood. You throw in a ton of big names, and
that's how you get the money.
And the parents who may not be interested in seeing it, they're going to hear the big names and they'll go, okay, well maybe I'll go check.
Did you see the Pro ZD video of like how executives?
I haven't watched it yet, but I saw he tweeted some live reactions of the announcement.
The video is like how studio executives expect people to react to like actors voicing in movies, and it's just the dad like it's like, holy shit, Chris Pratt is gonna be Mario in the movie. Goes, hey son, wake up, oh, what is it, Dad? Chris Pratt's gonna be a Mario movie. Don't you love Chris Pratt?
Yeah, Hollywood is a little, and it's weird too because you have to remember, I mean, we still don't know anything about them. We still haven't seen the movie. We still don't have a poster. We don't know art direction or anything. But Miyamoto himself is heavily involved. He's overseeing the project. So I have to believe he's not going to let Hollywood just run rampant and... Again, yeah, because they did that. They made that mistake once already. So I feel like they know what they're doing. But again, you have to remember, and I often say this, Nintendo never gives us what we want, but somehow they give us what we need.
So we need Chris Pratt as Mario.
Apparently, we need...
Because everything else about the cast is really cool. Charlie Day as Luigi. Okay. Yeah. Jack Black as Bowser. Fuck yeah.
I wasn't aware...
Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. That's just perfect casting right there.
I wasn't aware Chris Pratt played Emmett in the Lego movie.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't even aware that was him. So I'm like, okay, so he does have voiceover work experience.
Yeah.
So... And I didn't realize that was him. So, hey, maybe it'll be okay.
But at the same time, you also have, like, all of these professional voice actors. But Hollywood just like, no, we want actors. The thing.
That goes back to they want to pull in the casual audience with the bigger names. If you give a famous voice actor the role, yes, the hardcore fans are going to be excited for that. But, another example, if I told my mom, oh, hey, Charles Martinet is Mario in the movie, she doesn't know who Charles Martinet is, and a lot of parents wouldn't. So,
hey, Brad Pitt's gonna be Mario.
Oh, okay, let's go see it. Yeah, exactly. So
Leonardo DiCaprio will be Luigi. Oh, I love that, Leo.
So I don't know what to expect at this point until we see a trailer or a teaser of some kind. We can't make any judgment.
I expect we might see a teaser at the Game Awards, maybe.
That's still a full year out. You think?
Oh yeah, no. For animated movies, they'll usually have could usually do a teaser like a year out. Like Sing 2, the teaser came out like a couple months back, and it's like it won't be out till 2022.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. But moving past it, so we kind of jumped halfway through here because that was one of the final announcements of the Direct. Let's go back. Let's go to the beginning of the Direct.
Monster Hunter Rise DLC that I don't care about.
We thought we were getting a Smash reveal, and it wasn't. It was Monster Hunter Rise DLC. Now, to be fair, did you play Monster Hunter World?
Oh, yeah. No, I liked World.
Did you play Iceborne?
No.
Okay, so Iceborne was a DLC expansion for Monster Hunter World.
Yes.
It did cost, I think it was $40.
Yeah.
But the amount of content that Iceborne brought to the table basically effectively doubled. It was basically a whole separate game within Monster Hunter World. So
they're going to be doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, and that's a good thing. I say that with optimism and positivity that their DLC is typically very good. So I think Monster Hunter fans will definitely. I think that's a big thing to look forward to. And then coming out of that, Yoshiaki Koizumi, the man, the myth, the legend. Not really a legend, but he's actually. I mean, do you know much of his work? What he's done?
No.
Let me look him up. He's more involved in game development than you think. So
okay.
let me pull him up here real quick.
Oh, hey, good news.
What? Never mind. Okay.
I found a penny.
Found a penny?
Yeah.
Good for you. All right.
But it's Tails, so it's not good news.
So Koizumi, he was originally an artist. So Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, he did some printed artwork.
Did he do Kirby art?
No.
No? Okay.
He did do Super Mario Kart. He was the illustrator for that, which I love that art style. He was a script writer for Link's Awakening. He was a CG designer for Yoshi's Island. He was a assistant director, 3D animator for Mario 64.
Wait, hold up. Did you say Yoshi's Island?
I did say Yoshi's Island.
I fucking love your Yoshi's Island.
Everybody loves Yoshi's Island. It's one of the best games out there. He was a character designer and system director for Ocarina of Time, as well as Majora's Mask, director for Mario Sunshine, assistant director for Wind Waker. He was the director and game design for Galaxy. And then he's basically just, ever since about 2010, he's been a producer for a ton of the Mario titles. So Galaxy 2, 3D Land, 3D World, Majora's Mask 3D, Mario Odyssey. He's been a producer for all these titles. So
he's been doing a lot of
Nintendo
stuff.
When you see this guy doing the Nintendo Directs, he is very heavily involved in a lot of the first party titles.
Okay.
So there's your Yoshiaki Koizumi quick 101 crash course. So coming out of that, Yoshiaki Koizumi comes on the screen, and he talks about, we go into the headlines, and he opens up with the Mario Party Superstar.
Which looks good.
Headlines, which I think, I don't know if you ever watched Lonely Goomba. He's a fun content creator that I follow. He even talks about how, like, they're playing it really safe with this one, because Nintendo, I guess, just finally realized they're like, we can't make a good one anymore.
We're just going back.
So
to the
we're
past.
just gonna shine up the old ones.
They're not the ones that make Mario Party though. It's
Yeah, the first 6, maybe 7, were made by Hudson Soft. That's the one with the B.
Yeah.
You know, they used to make the Bomberman games too. They have since been purchased out by they went under and were dissolved into Konami.
And Konami doesn't exist
and
anymore.
Konami doesn't make games. So that is why after Mario Party 6 or 7, whichever one it was, Nintendo at that point was like, okay, we're going to make the games ourselves.
Oh.
And that's why it was such a drastic change in games, and that's why the series has kind of seen this big decline in quality. Because Nintendo's whole philosophy is, we got to change it up, we got to make it new and fresh. And it's like, no, you had the perfect formula. You had the recipe. You didn't have to go change the recipe. But that's what they did, and that's why it's been a mess. So hopefully going back, and I really I hope for two things. I hope it follows the traditional formula. I hope they don't mess with it too much. And if that is true, I hope this is one of the best-selling Mario Party games to date, and that shows Nintendo, hey, this is the type of Mario Party game we want going forward. We don't want the car. We don't want just a minigame collection. We want a traditional style Mario Party, with this type of gameplay. And I hope it sends a message, but we'll have to wait and see. But I'm very excited for that. That comes out at the end of October.
Oh, nice.
I'll be picking that up.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too.
After that, we got a new game from Yoko Taro, which has a very convoluted title.
It's a cardboard game.
It's a card game, but it's not a card game.
It's like a board game, but it's a card game.
So it's like a tabletop game that uses cards to convey the message and play the role of the environment, I guess you could say.
It's going to be a tabletop game that's going to make us cry.
Something like that. And let me see if I can pull up the name of it.
So I think it has something involving a dragon in the name.
I think that's in the logo at least. Let's see.
There's a dragon in the logo, yeah.
Nintendo.
But after that, we got that Smash announcement. That we will be getting a Smash announcement.
We got a Smash announcement that there is coming a Smash announcement.
And then we got an Animal Crossing announcement that there will be an Animal Crossing
so here we
announcement.
go. Voice of the cards, the Isle Dragon Roars.
Yeah.
That is the name of the card game. Coming out of that, we got Disco Elysium, the final cut, which is coming to Nintendo Switch.
That looks really good.
Then we got the expansion pass part 2 of Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. When we watched the Direct, you had mentioned, you're like, oh, there's a lot more to this game than I thought. And I was like, you hadn't played it? And you're like, no, I played the demo. I didn't like it. So I made a point tonight. I brought over my Switch with my copy of Hyrule Warriors so you could kind of see what it's like.
Yeah.
And now you seem more impressed with it than you were initially.
Yeah, because that demo was just terrible. Like, it ran, I don't know if it was just, like, poorly optimized, but it ran sluggishly.
And don't get me wrong, it is by far, it is not flawless even now. It still does have some frame drops, but it is by no means unplayable. It is by no means the norm to have choppy frame rate, but
right.
And that happens with almost any Dynasty Warriors game, regardless of what system you're on and what you're playing. But anyway, the Expansion Pass Part 2 is coming out soon. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Coming out of that, we got Chocobo GP Grand Prix.
Yeah,
this
Mario
is
Kart Chocobo.
Essentially, I don't know if they're marketing it so much as a new game or a remake of
Chocobo
Racing from the PlayStation 1.
Kind of?
I don't know if it's
sequel.
going to be I don't know if it's a sequel. I don't know if it's just going to be the exact same thing, just shinier. It looks cute, but it also looks a bit generic.
Yeah, it looks like Mario Kart, but with Chocobo.
And I don't really... I mean, that's the thing, too. It's like... And that's why that's one thing I have a lot of respect for Mario Kart for, is they like to change it. They like to add new elements with every game, and they change it up a bit. And you have to respect that, because a lot of other kart racers out there are very generic. They're very straightforward. You know, there's not a whole lot to them. So, you know, I'm excited to see what the next Mario Kart's going to be, simply based off of, you know, what's the next change they're going to bring.
It's going to be 8 again.
It might be. It's still one of the best-selling games.
8 again.
And then we got
I still don't like it.
What I think was probably, for me, the biggest announcement of the day. Kirby and the Forgotten Land.
The one game from the Direct that leaked. Actually, no, that's not true. There was the Castlevania Advanced Collection that leaked.
I was stunned when I saw this. I knew it had leaked, but I refused to look into it.
But it was just the title. I think that was it.
I didn't want to look into it. I didn't want to see anything.
I'm like, oh, cool, a new Kirby game.
And it is a 3D platformer Kirby. It looks maybe open world.
Kirby Autonoma.
Kirby Last of Us Part 2.
Kirby Automata. All right, I saw Kirby Goes to Brazil.
I'm
like, oof. Oof.
But it looks really fun. I'm very excited for that one. I think that's going to be a big seller. That's coming spring 2022, so not too far out. Then we got, of course, all you Animal Crossing fans out there, you're getting an update, which we didn't get to see much of. They just hint at it, and then they show, there's a direct coming next month for Animal Crossing specifically. But Brewster is coming. You're getting the Roost Cafe, which is open 24/7 in the museum. I don't know if you saw, there was a tweet where it was like, yeah, we got Brewster, but at what cost? And it was like #RIP chair, because there was a bench in the museum, and now that bench is gone.
Oh.
Yeah, so rest in peace, bench. Mario Golf Super Rush now has a new update with some more DLC. It's kind of funny because I just did my review of this game on the last Ultimate Gaming, and I didn't really hold back that it was lacking content and that it needs more stuff.
And here it is. It's getting more content
and
more stuff.
And on one hand, great. They're following up. They're keeping their promise. They're getting that new content. Why wasn't it there from day one? I still have an issue with that, and that's a whole separate conversation for another day.
Well, because, it could be, they didn't want to, delay it or rush the game out.
Well, right. They have a spot on the calendar to fill. I get that.
Hey, we got some ideas. We can't fit it in yet, but, we're going to have it come out as free DLC down the road.
So, we'll see. We'll wait and see. But either way, hey, if you're getting all that new content, good on you.
Oh,
and
it's raining.
And hopefully it is raining. This just in. It is raining in Florida. Anyway, then we got a game where I don't know who the market for this one is. I guess it's just if you don't live in Florida or California and you can't afford to go to Disney, so they just made a game.
Oh, it's an old 3DS game.
Where you go to Disney. But it's not, because this one's Disney Magical World 2.
Oh, that's right. No, it's a sequel. I thought they were porting it.
Well, they said it's a sequel, and it comes with all the content of the first one.
Okay, yeah. So it's like Dissidia Duodecim. It was a sequel, but it also came with the original Dissidia.
Yeah, so I don't fully... I guess it's just if you have a small child and you love Disney, good on you. That's probably going to be for you. Then we're getting not the new one, but the old one, Knights of the Old Republic.
Yes, I'm excited
coming
for
to
that.
Switch. Obviously that's a
big game.
Classic big title that I think a lot of people will pick up, especially for the Switch. I think that's the perfect platform for it. And then Dying Light 2, Stay Human, is coming to Switch as a cloud title.
Yes, you can only stream it.
I think going forward...
No.
more. They're going to have to.
But internet is a big problem for a lot of people.
But the Switch, the reason it's cloud is because the Switch cannot handle.
Then they just
itself.
make it more powerful. That's
well, right, and that's the
do.
thing. The trend in technology nowadays, and this is for laptops, tablets, everything portable. The trend is just slap something in, slap in a new processor that's a little more faster, slap in some more RAM, and boom, new product, same price, even more larger price. I think that's what Nintendo's gonna have to do going forward.
But cloud gaming is also really big because, look at Xbox, where they have the X Cloud.
Yeah, I can play Banjo-Kazooie on my phone.
Yes, you can play Halo Infinite.
It's horrible. Right now, the input lag is awful, but you can do it, and so I don't know. It's Nintendo's gonna have to just. I think that's gonna be the new thing. Is it's gonna be you're gonna have a Switch 2 and a Switch 3.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And I'm fine with that too. It's just interesting to kind of see.
Keep the backwards compatibility going.
Because otherwise they're going to go strictly to a console system, and you've lost all the portability. Or they go strictly portability, and you've lost some of that extra power as well as the home console fans. So I don't really know.
So then they just go. They had the two routes, diverges back into one, and then goes back into two routes again.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
And then in which case they're like, Vita 2.
After that, it was revealed that
Project
Triangle Strategy is coming out with its hot new official confirmed title.
Project.
No Project.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Triangle Strategy is the game.
Project Triangle Strategy is become Triangle Strategy.
Everyone was already aware of.
Which tracks. Someone was like, "Why does it have such a stupid name?" And I'm like, "This is what they do."
That's gonna be called because it the first game was Octopath Traveler. Actually, it was Project Octopath Traveler,
and then it just became Octopath
Traveler. And before that, it was Bravely Default.
Who is the studio that does these games?
It's the same people that do Bravely Default. It's
is it Square?
It's a team in Square Enix.
It's a team within Square Enix.
Yes.
Okay. Then coming out, Triangle Strategy, we got some more Metroid Dread information.
Yeah.
Which I was terrified.
You thought it was going to be 20-minute long
I thought they were going to do the Nintendo Classic where they're like, this game is coming out next week. We're going to push this down your throats for the next 15 minutes so you buy it. Thankfully, they didn't do that. It was only 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, Metroid Dread is right around the corner. It is about 2 weeks out from release at this point.
And then after that, I think the game after that was ActRaiser. Renaissance,
maybe.
Which when we were watching it, I was the only one marking out on it because I'm like, "Yo, it's fucking ActRaiser."
Never played it.
All right, so ActRaiser is this game from Enix back for the Super Nintendo. It looked pretty good. It was I think around an early launch title game. It was combining 2D side scroller hack and slash, kind of like Castlevania, but with a Sim City.
I have a history with ActRaiser, and I didn't even realize it. I went and watched a long play of it, and the first 20 seconds, I was like, "Why do I know this song?"
Oh, when it's you're selecting your name, it's just a little floating angel. It's nah. No, actually, no.
I'm talking about
first
the title.
Dum bum 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 bum.
Go watch a really old Ultimate Gaming video, and you will hear the ActRaiser. You'll hear the ActRaiser theme song.
Yeah, there's a reason why I used it.
Because Thomas used that for our old intro. It was copyrighted to hell. It used that. It has Mario and Sonic in the logo with a Final Fantasy font.
Style.
Yeah. But anyway, so I was
good old days.
I was like, why do I know this? I was like, oh, wait, okay. Coming out of ActRaiser, we got what for some people was the big thing of the night.
Castlevania?
Which was, no, not Castlevania. Nintendo Switch Online subscription plus expansion pack. I saw
depending on how much it costs.
I saw a lot of hype around this.
It looks nice. I like the fact that down the road we are going to be able to play Paper Mario, but the N64 doesn't have that big of a library.
And I just think it's really awesome that they've taken some of the because N64 has some incredible multiplayer games.
Oh, and you're going to be able to do it online.
And now we're going to be able to do those online.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing. Star Fox 64 online, Mario Kart 64
That'll be
online.
fun.
I think those are going to be phenomenal to play online with friends. In addition to 64, For whatever reason, they also added Sega Genesis, which was weird. It's not bad, but it was like
complain.
I'd have rather had Game Boy Advance than Sega.
Or like Game Boy Color.
Yeah, so
You know what I'd rather have? I would like to have a fucking virtual console like they had on the Wii, like they had on the Wii U.
Yeah, well.
And the 3DS.
Yeah, well.
The virtual console was great.
Yeah, well.
But now they're like, hey, now you get to play NES games, Super Nintendo games, only with a subscription. And it's not an entire big library. It's like, here's a couple nice games. Here's some shit no one cares about.
Knowing that the overlords of Nintendo don't listen to this podcast, what is the most... So currently right now we pay $20 a year. What's the most you would be willing to pay to have the expansion pack?
$7.99.
So $27.99 per year.
No, $7.99 a month.
But it's $20 a year.
Yeah, but it's $4 a month if you do the monthly service. I do it monthly.
Oh, why not just spend the $20 for a full year?
I don't know, man.
That's so much. That's so much cheaper.
Yeah, it is.
You pay for 4 months worth, and you've paid for a year already.
Yeah,
that's 3 times. That's more. I don't know.
I don't know. They'll probably make it like $60 a year.
I was gonna say.
I feel like that's what they're gonna do.
If it's 40, I think they'll get by. If it's 40, I think they'll get by because that's double. That's double what it is now, but it's still not. It's 40.
But their online service sucks.
Does it still?
Like playing online on stuff?
I play Animal Crossing online with friends all the time and don't have a single issue.
Okay, but like, have you played Smash Online? I've played Smash Online.
I've played Smash Online. Smash. Oh, you're absolutely right. Smash Wii U, Smash Wii, Brawl, terrible.
No, I played Ultimate Online before.
Ultimate Online, I haven't had issues.
Unless the like online infrastructure is
they updated their servers like a year or two back. Okay. They had some servers that were like 20 years old.
Okay, that could be it.
They've gone in and
but I still
it's better.
I still don't like the whole library they have for the NES and SNES and how little they updated. Like they updated like every couple months with like 3 games.
And it's weird because there's no real pattern or schedule for it, and there's definitely no pattern for the games that they put. It's like, hey, you want Mario RPG, Donkey Kong Country, Earthbound?
Yeah.
You want Super Metroid?
Yeah.
You want? How about Super Baseball?
And
there's that one guy in the crowd. And that was their last drop. Their last drop, everyone was just like dunking on them because it was 3 games that nobody asked for. Like nobody asked for.
You know what I'm excited for though? With the N64. The one game that everyone's gonna fucking be like, why? Why is this here? And I'm like, yes.
Sin and Punishment?
No. Quest 64.
That game ain't gonna be on there.
It's gonna be on there because no one wants it.
The game sucks.
I love Quest 64.
Take off your nostalgia. I can't. You're gonna be like, oh my god, they put it. I'm so excited, and you're gonna play it for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I'm like, this is Quest 64.
And you're gonna go. This sucks, and you're gonna turn it off.
I know it sucks.
Just like you do with every other video game in existence.
That's not true.
It's mostly true.
It's mostly true.
Yes, I'm very excited.
I have a short attention span.
I'm very excited for the N64.
All right, only certain games can really grab me.
And I fully plan. I'm going to pick up the controller too.
The N64 controller?
Yes.
Oh, it's coming down hard out there.
You know. Speaking of N64 controllers, I had probably 3 or 4 first-party N64 controllers. I have probably 4 or 5 N64 consoles. I have like different variations of.
I've only had one
because there's like 30 different versions of the N64 out there.
Did you ever fucked up your hand?
What?
Did you ever fuck up your hand from that? Be like,
no, I didn't get the gloves.
No, from playing with the N64 controller.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so there was a lawsuit over the first Mario Party game because it encouraged you to spin the stick repeatedly.
Yeah.
And some kids got blisters on their hands. Mm-hmm. And there was a lawsuit, and Nintendo had to send gloves to the families. So there's some kids out there with some super rare gloves that Nintendo sent.
Yeah, those are probably like expensive now.
Yeah. But yeah, no. So I have like 4 or 5 rare Nintendo 64 consoles on top of a 64 disc drive.
Nice.
and all this other rare Nintendo 64 stuff. I've lost I think I've lost all of my N64 controllers.
Damn.
I have no idea where they've gone.
Do you know where you can get some N64 controllers at? VNC.
Are you trying to get a sponsorship?
That would be nice, yeah.
Maybe, but...
We could probably get the dude on. Be like, yeah.
We probably could get Josh on one week. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
He's in a band.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's in like a heavy metal band or rock band or something.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Does he make his own toys? I would not be surprised.
But,
I know he does a lot. I remember before they moved to that building when they had like the other building.
Yeah, and they had like that bootleg video game characters painted on the front.
But that was there before they bought it because it was another like collectible game store before he got it.
I never went to that one.
I went to that one. They had like this collector's edition of Tales of Xillia with like a statue. I was going to go in to buy it. When I was going in, it was already closed. I'm like, no, I see it. And then like a couple weeks later, I guess he comes in, bought the place out, and I'm like, oh no.
And he keeps growing and expanding it too.
Yeah,
but,
it's nice. It's cool.
Vintage and collectibles, ladies and gentlemen. Look them up. VNC. I'm trying.
He'll occasionally get some like actual.
Let me look up their Instagram handle real quick.
He'll get some like celebrities to like come and do some like signing and whatnot. Like recently, he had the dude to play Flash Gordon. He also had Billy Mitchell.
So if you go on Instagram and do vintage and current _ collectibles, bit of a mouthful there, but hey, vintage and current _ collectibles. That is his. That's one of our local game shops. Support local game shops, kids.
Yeah.
But anyway, N64 coming to a Switch
support
near
them,
you.
but don't support eBay. It'll help keep prices down.
Yeah, don't. We're in a bubble right now, and it's bad. Anyway, N64 coming to a Switch near you next month. More details on that. We still don't have price. Still waiting on that. Then we got the Shadow Run Trilogy is coming.
Yeah, that does look pretty good.
I've never touched those games.
I'm
I know
familiar
nothing of
with.
them.
I haven't played them.
It didn't mean anything to me.
I'm familiar that they're like an RPG, like a really cool RPG series in the vein of like XCOM.
And then we got this small little thing that Thomas was excited for called the Castlevania Advanced Collection.
Yeah, that my fiance bought me for that night.
And it has which games again?
Castlevania Circle of the Moon, Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance, Castlevania Aria of Sorrow, and Castlevania. I think the version it has is Dracula X,
right?
Yeah, which is Rondo of Blood, but it's the Americanized and European version,
right?
Which they changed quite a bit.
So then after Castlevania, then we got ActRaiser.
ActRaiser, which
okay.
I'm excited, which actually came out the very next day, and I'm like, oh.
Then we got, by the man, the myth, the legend, Toby Fox, Deltarune.
Chapter 2.
Chapter 1 and 2.
Chapter 2, which updated Chapter 1 to become
Chapter 1.
So
if you already have Chapter 1, it's a free update.
Yeah, and it's which is already a free game.
Yes. So
you're only going to have to pay, because like this was like in his stream when he like released Chapter 2. Mm-hmm. He's going to release 3, 4, and 5 at the same time, but it will be paid for. You have to buy it 3, 4, and 5. And I'm sure you could just like have the entire game of Deltarune.
Probably.
So we're not going to see that for
coming out of Deltarune.
Years.
Then we got the Chris Pratt hour.
Yeah, Mario the movie.
And then we needed a palate cleanser. We were all confused and scared and anxious after Chris Pratt. It was like, what's going to be next? Splatoon 3, baby.
Yeah, I'm excited for Splatoon 3.
I
love
the first one
of Splatoon.
The second one was also great. I thought the second one wasn't a huge step up from the first one, but it was still good. It was still a fun, great game. And I feel the same way with this third one. It doesn't look like a big step up from the second one.
But have you like played the story and like done all the lore stuff?
I mean, I've played the story. I don't know.
But have you like gone like the collectibles and like read up on the lore and everything and done the Octo expansion?
No.
Dude, Splatoon's pretty fucking good.
I've just done the base.
It's pretty good. It's pretty dark. It's post-apocalyptic. All the humans are dead. Mammals are dead, except for 2 fat, ugly cats. Which is why for the story mode of 3, it's like the return of the mammalians.
Can we talk about... I don't know who that... Is he the director of the game?
I think so. He also works on Animal Crossing.
That dude did the ultimate 3 pose. And it was great. I love it. He's my new favorite. But yeah, Splatoon 3, 2022... No official release date yet.
I hope we get to see Marina and Pearl again, because like they brought back Callie and Marie.
I prefer the Squid Sisters.
But they were also in 2.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but I would also like to see another which we
Duo.
might. Yeah, which we might.
Could be. Also, someone pointed out
Banger music.
The Inklings themselves look like they're growing up.
Probably.
They look a little older now.
Could be.
Which I think is cool because that means the kids that are playing the games are growing up with the characters they're interacting with and play.
I just also hope you get to still play as Octolings, which they introduced with the Octo expansion. Once you beat Octo expansion, you can then play as Octolings.
Are you gonna make me buy the DLC?
It's really, dude. It's worth the $20.
Are you gonna make me buy the DLC?
It's worth the $20 because it's like really cool. It's all mission based, and there's a lot of fucking missions. You're playing as Agent 8, who is this like Octoling, and I think she's an 18-year-old because for whatever reason they give her like a V and whatnot, and it's like, what? Why did you do this? Like, it's okay. She's an adult.
Interesting.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole, but
yeah,
anyway.
No, but you know.
So yeah, Splatoon 3, 2022. That is obviously like Nintendo's biggest, newest IP.
Or so you thought. Bitch, you thought?
What?
Bayonetta.
I said
3.
newest. I said newest IP.
Okay.
Bayonetta's not a new IP. And it's even weird because I don't think... Alright, so yes, the big grand finale was Bayonetta 3. People freaked out. I went and made a video about how much I love the hype and craziness of reactions. But...
Video games are cool.
But I don't think there's an... Because Nintendo does not own Platinum.
No,
but they have like this unofficial sort of handshake agreement behind closed doors with Bayonetta, strictly because
they bought it from Sega.
Hideki Kamiya wanted to make Bayonetta 2, and he went to all the other studios, and they all said no. Like, no one wanted Bayonetta. They were like, we don't want Bayonetta 2. And so then he went to Nintendo, and Nintendo was like, yes, come make Bayonetta 2. And that's why Hideki Kamiya is like, screw you. I'm not putting Bayonetta on any other platform because everybody else said no. Nintendo said yes. So that's what's interesting about Bayonetta is there is no official exclusivity with Nintendo in writing that I know of, but because of him...
He is a strange dude.
He is very strange.
He'll block you on Twitter for no reason.
There's
artists.
There's an artist who... he drew Bayonetta as
like the
from
new
the Bayonetta
3.
Hideki unblocked this person to like and comment about it, and then he blocked the artist.
But what he was doing though is he did the face with the mole because the guy forgot to put the mole, so he's like, "You forgot the mole." Block.
But
and then he did it again. He redrew it, but with the mole. So he's like, "I hope Kamiya, you know." And people are like, "Hey, if Kamiya unblocks you again," to be like, "You did it, nice," and blocks again.
It's so funny, like. Because especially like in the Wii era, but really even in the 90s and late 80s, Nintendo has always been perceived as like the family console, the friendly family G-rated
family friendly
console.
Ass and titties.
And everyone else is the more edgy, cooler, more adult thing.
But Hunter, big ass and anime titties are family friendly.
They're great for everybody. I know that. But that's what's so funny is if no one else would say yes to Bayonetta, and Nintendo's like, yeah, you can bring Dami Mommy to us. What are you talking about? And this isn't the only instance. There are now.
Look at Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Look at ever since the PS4 came out, like around that time, that era.
Oh, because Sony decided to be like, we're gonna start censorship.
Yeah,
Nintendo's like, come on over.
There's a lot of these like
there's
anime
hentai
style
games on the Switch.
There's
like straight
a lot.
up just hentai.
There's a lot of anime style games now that are on like Switch and other consoles. And they'll be censored on the other consoles, and on the Switch, it's all out there.
Here's a puzzle game that when you break the puzzles, you get anime titties.
And it's so weird because even now, people still have that image, and I can understand why. Right, their biggest heavy hitters are very family friendly. They're very G-rated.
Their first party stuff will be very family friendly.
But
still,
their third party support, they're just like, whatever. Come on,
but they'll
we don't
still
care.
make characters that are very
over sexualized.
Yeah, like in Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
You also have pretty much all the Mario girls now, like in the new Mario Golf game.
You got some Pokemon characters too sometimes.
Yeah, and some Pokemon.
The internet's weird. I don't think they've intended for that one. I think the internet just ran with some of those. But it's just always funny to me when people are like, yeah, Nintendo,
like
the family company.
Video when Pyra and Mythra get had to smash. I want to learn about them.
And then
just looking at Pyra and Mythra hentai.
But yeah, the reason Bayonetta 3... So do you know what year it was? Was it 2017?
Yes, when I got it revealed.
Which was almost now 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm. It's been a long time.
Well, I think it was the end of... I think it was December 2017 because it was the Game Awards. Was when it was unveiled.
Was it not revealed when the Switch was revealed?
I think it was Game Awards.
Okay.
I think it was Game Awards 2017. Maybe 2016.
It was just 3.
Either way, it's been like 4 or 5 years.
Now we're just waiting for
where
Metroid Prime 4.
We got a title drop and nothing else. And then we heard nothing about this game. Most people at this point thought the game no longer existed. It was vaporware. Which is a term for like this game is just a rumor. It's never happening.
Yeah.
And that's what most people left it at this point. And I don't blame them to go that long. And then oddly enough, I think about a week ago, there was some interview out of Platinum Games where they were like,
hey, it still exists.
We want to talk about Bayonetta 3, but it's up to Nintendo. We can't talk about it. And then next thing you know, the direct happens, and bam, hey, here it is.
And then, like, the voice actress, because at the same time as, like, the voice actress for Bayonetta's like, I haven't been approached.
She was, like, playing dumb. She's like, yeah, no one said anything to me.
That's the thing, though. If you listen to the voice, that's not the same voice actress.
She's listed as credit.
But the voice we hear, that's not her.
I think it is.
Because
I think
there's also, like... the whole thing's going on where that's not the same Bayonetta that we know.
Yeah, so the theory is...
because she's got, like, the braided hair.
The theory
like
is that is Cereza, the little girl.
One, which is young Bayonetta. She grew up in a different timeline.
And if you look at the teaser we got for Bayonetta 3, it shows Bayonetta getting killed. I don't know if you remember that.
So I think we're going to have multiple Bayonettas.
Because it shows...
because the logo was the 3 different...
Yeah. But if you go back, we'll watch the teaser later. I can show you. But it shows you kind of vaguely see her fighting something, and then you hear gunshots, and she like screams and drops.
Oh.
And then it shows Bayonetta 3, and that's what happened. And it was like, oh, okay. So there's another interview image I saw where I think it was Hideki Kamiya, and he was like, yeah, the higher ups said get rid of all the glasses, and I was like, screw you telling me what to do. So I started putting glasses on everybody.
Yeah, that's why everyone has glasses in Bayonetta.
And then it cuts to this interview with, like, I guess one of the higher-ups, and he was like, I started to notice that everybody was wearing glasses.
Yeah, like, even if they're not, like, wearing glasses directly, they'll have glasses on them. Because Kamiya's like, fuck you, everyone has glasses now. So even a monocle, like Father, monocle, that's still glasses.
It's the same deal as, help me out here, who's the character designer for Kingdom Hearts?
Tetsuya Nomura?
Nomura. They told him, they were like, I think you got too many zippers.
Fuck you!
And he was like, oh yeah? You think I got too many zippers on my characters? I'll show you. I'll put a zipper on their hat. And then, and the next thing you know, every Kingdom Hearts character has 20 zippers all over their pants and shirts and hats.
Is that the real reason why? Or is it
so
just...
I've heard. So it's what
really?
I've heard.
I just thought he just liked zippers.
No, I've heard it was a similar thing where he was criticized for having too many zippers, and so he just went all in on zippers.
But did you ever see the Kamiya documentary, like the Blocked, where the dude like goes and like hunts down?
Yeah, Nick
Kamiya?
Robinson. Yeah,
and he's like, hey, he's like, oh, hey.
And
it turns out Kamiya's just like, yeah, I'm super cool.
And he showed him his blocked list, and he had like thousands of.
Kamiya's gonna have the entire world blocked.
And he probably is. It's so funny too because I really respect him, and because of that, I choose to not interact with him because I don't want to be blocked. But at the same time.
You just have to interact with him in person.
It's almost a sign of affection for the guy. You could... what game was it? It was Wonderful 101, the Kickstarter version, the remastered or whatever it was called.
Right.
Was it called anything else?
No, I don't think so.
It was just Wonderful 101, like remastered, I guess.
Something like that, yeah.
That was a Kickstarter campaign thing where if you spent a ton... You had to spend like $1,000.
You can get blocked by Kamiya.
He's like, I'll block you on Twitter. And it was just like... All you got to do is tweet at the guy and say something mildly negative, and he'll block you. But
or just say something.
Yeah,
you just have to tweet the guy.
So I don't know. The guy's kind of wild, but yeah, that rounded out. That was the end of the Nintendo Direct, and it was very good.
I think that's the only kind of everything that happened with video games that week.
There was also one interesting small tidbit, which Alana Pierce tweeted. She goes, This is more wild than anything out of the Nintendo Direct. I don't necessarily agree with that, but Crystal Dynamics is also working with the initiative on the new Perfect Dark.
Oh, yeah. We got to see stuff.
Which, yeah, I mean, once we see gameplay. But I think they did a really good job with Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
So I've got high hopes. I think it'll be fine.
Well, we haven't talked about our personal weeks.
Oh, gosh.
What's been going on in the week with Huntar?
What
has been going on with you, Huntar?
I saw Shang-Chi finally.
Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi. It was very good. And here's
Is
why.
it just Dragon Ball?
Here's why I liked it.
Is it Dragon Ball?
I forgot. It's easy to forget that it's a Marvel movie.
Oh, okay. That's good.
why I like it.
Okay.
Because it has little to no connection with the characters we've spent the last 12.
Was the
13
action good, though?
The action is very good. And unlike most origin films that take the first hour of, I'm a stupid kid who doesn't know anything and don't know how to do anything.
He already knows how to fight, right?
He already knows how to fight. 20 minutes into the film, you're already in your first fight scene.
Nice.
Your first major fight scene. Yeah. So it's a longer film, but it moves fast. The pacing was great. I thought the characters were all great. It is a very good film.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. So go see it if you haven't. But I know it's doing great in theaters and it's making a lot of money. So definitely go check that out if you haven't already.
Nice.
Anything
else?
I say that as someone with Marvel fatigue.
Okay.
Anything else? Not too much. It's been a bit of a slow week on my end.
Okay. I've been doing stuff.
What have you been doing?
Well, you know how I mentioned earlier that my fiance bought me the Castlevania collection.
You've been playing a little Castlevania?
The reason why she did that was because I bought her GTA Vice City on PlayStation.
Classic.
She's like,
Vice
I was
City.
going to buy this. I'm like, I decided to buy it myself first.
Vice City's great.
Vice City's good. It's a bit dated. It's a little rough around the edges compared to like 4 and 5 now.
Before we started the podcast tonight, I was watching you play a little bit of GTA 5.
Yeah.
Now, granted, you are playing the PS4 version, so I don't know if that has something to do with it. But even looking at that now, I'm starting to think that's starting to look not bad. It doesn't look bad.
Oh, no.
But I do think it's starting to look a little dated.
Well, we still have to wait for the next-gen version next year.
Yeah, so...
And then we'll get a teaser for GTA 6 the next year in 2023.
Maybe,
I'm sure.
maybe. Who knows?
Or Rockstar will surprise the fuck out of us. Be like, all right, it's E3. Guess what? GTA 6 coming out in 2023, 2024.
I hope E3 happens next year.
It will.
I'm going to E3 next year. I don't know about anybody else.
Nah, we got stuff to plan, like a wedding.
I'm going to E3. I'm going to shake Reggie's hand. He won't be there. But that's okay. I'll figure it out.
Here, you can pay for us to go to E3.
Nah,
that'll be your wedding gift.
Nah, I paid for you to go to Universal and you couldn't handle that. So you ain't going to E3.
Did you pay for that, though?
Listen, we're not going into details and specifics. At the end of the day, you didn't pay to get in.
That is true.
So, bite me.
Okay, come here.
Anyway. Oh, God, that hurt. Anyway. Yeah, no, you failed the test. You can't go to E3. I'm sorry.
Damn. What about her?
She also failed the test.
I'm so sorry.
She didn't write Hulk.
Damn.
I didn't know you were gonna write Hulk.
Does that mean Miles is gonna go to E3?
Nah.
Damn.
He probably doesn't want to go.
Damn.
To be fair, E3 is just a theme park. You stand in line for hours to do something enjoyable for 90 seconds. And then that's it. And then
I'm down for that.
And then you get in another line for 4 hours.
I'm all for that.
It was so surreal going after my first E3 because at my first E3, which was 2017, I went straight to the Nintendo booth and I got to play Mario Odyssey. And it was so wild to me that it wasn't for about 4 more months that all of a sudden it started showing up in like GameStops. And I was like, oh, this just got here? I was like, I played this art. What are you talking about? It felt it was kind of a cool feeling. I was like, oh, is this what it's like in the game industry? That's kind of nice. But I know making games is hard. Hey, if you need a community manager, please hire me.
If you need just some guy,
I'll send you my resume. If you need some guy to,
you can hire me, please.
if you need a coffee fetcher, I'll do that.
I'll do it.
Don't do none of that complicated. Or you know what? Order it on the app and I'll go pick it up. That way we don't gotta.
Yeah, hell no. You don't even need to do that. Just be like, hey, I'm thinking of a coffee. I got you. You don't even need to lift a finger because you and I, we got the same mind. I got you. Whoever is listening, I got you.
So there you go. If you're craving a coffee right now,
I got you.
Thomas has got you. Whatever that means.
Means I got you. And on that note,
You can go to patreon.com/VGX7. Support this show, Ultimate Gaming. Other videos like my random rant that I did, you can go watch right now, where I went off on talking about Nintendo Directs and the magic of the gaming community and what I think. I just go watch it. You'll see what I mean. It was hard to put into words then, even even now. I still don't fully know how to express what I'm trying to say, but I love seeing everybody get excited about video games. Video games are cool. That's the point I'm trying to make. So go check that out. Patreon.com/VGX7. If you're listening to this, make sure you go to VGX7.com. That'll take you directly to our YouTube channel where you can hit the subscribe button. You can like, you can comment. We love comments, by the way. If y'all watch and you aren't commenting, leave a comment. Nothing makes my day. Even if you say it sucks, I'm going to be like, I got a comment. That's nice.
yeah.
So,
give a thumbs up. Give a thumbs down. It doesn't matter.
No. Give a thumbs up.
I mean, thumbs up is preferred, but, even if you thumbs down it.
And on that note,
It came from somewhere back long ago.
kisses, hugs, and millions.
Bye.